everybody. I just wanted to get a quick little video in here. One of my favorite passes in Colorado, the one I don't often get to go on, Red Mountain. So it's tail end of March, and with that being said, our snowpack is probably as deep as it's going to be. It's a good snowpack this year, looking really good. Not a lot of traffic today. I don't expect any bad weather. I don't expect anything really. So I wasn't initially going to do a video, and then I decided, So I'm actually making it to the summit of Coal Bank. So this isn't Red Mountain proper, but it's part of the whole Highway 550 run. And this is just as breathtaking as you could ever hope for. Loaded lights so I can go the speed limit without any trouble. And this is the road that I took my very first heavy haul. I did my very first heavy haul for the military, going from Grand Junction to Durango, hauling a D7 bulldozer. On an old I think it was an 820 AMC tractor trailer. It had a tag axle for the heavyweight, but it had this 18-speed Caterpillar transmission in it that was like air-driven. So there was no clutch, and that thing, we called it a suicide transmission, because what it would do is it's held in by the same button you have on a parking brake, an air brake. And what would happen is if you over rev the engine, it would pop out and go into neutral. But you can imagine going down a hill, with over 100,000 pounds, vehicle weight. And you're going down a hill, got the Jake going, trying to keep you slowed down, and you got over 2,500 RPM, and guess what would happen? You'd be in neutral. And the only way to pop it back in was to really, you had to get down to zero and then re-engage the thing. So it made you stop, but it sure meant that you were wholly reliant on your brakes, and that on something like this is unacceptable. At least carrying that kind of weight. I eventually learned to use my knee to hold the button in, so that I could re-engage and get things going again without having to stop. But it was still sketchy. And we really had to watch those RPMs awfully close. Make sure we didn't go up over what we had a tolerance for. Now, what makes Red Mountain so intimidating? It's not really dangerous per se. I mean, it is, all of them are dangerous, but Red Mountain is right there with it, as the drop-offs. Of course, here on this berthed side, it's not really concerning, and this time of year it's even less concerning because you've got the snow buildup on the side there. But people ask why there's no rails on lots of portions of this road. And the reason for that is right here, is the guardrail kind of gets in the way of snow removal. I mean, at least that's what they say to a certain extent. I don't know. It makes it so you can't push out, and the snow will build up, and it does create problems. So it's easier for them to, like here, be able to just push out and have it drop over the edge. And you know, someone correct me if I'm wrong on that one. That's my guess on that, and the fact that the tourists want to have the views and they don't want to have guardrails and whatnot in the way too. I've heard that. I'm not sure which one is correct, but they're a pain in the butt to maintain too. So I can see good reason for eliminating them. But if you're a Flatlander and you come up here, some of these drop-offs can be pretty intimidating, and you'll see when I do the maybe part 2 when I do a Red Mountain proper, which is really from Silverton down to Uray. It's spelled U-R-A-Y, and people mispronunciate it. Of course, I can't pronunciate anything properly, I guess, either. But pronounce, I don't know. I'd have to go back to English 101 to remember which is correct. Enunciate. Anyway, so that portion of the run is Red Mountain proper, and if you go there in the summertime, I don't think we can see them. I don't know. We'll see if we can still see the markers, but there's markers all along there in the pullouts, paying homage to the plow drivers who went off the edge. It's a very real problem here, and that's what makes Red Mountain so intimidating. I should have done Wolf Creek, because I did Wolf Creek today too, and that one is actually, in my opinion, more dangerous for the driver, just because of there's one bad hairpin on there. There's a couple bad hairpins on it, but Red Mountain hands down is the worst for the maintainer. I guess you can kind of see over here how it's just a drop off, and no, you got a couple 100 feet down. If you went off that edge in the summertime, you go all the way to the bottom, and it wouldn't be a nice day. People survive it though. People have survived those. Oh, Mullis. I'm sorry if I said Berthoud. But yeah, we're headed up Mullis now, and then we'll hit Silverton and then drop down into Uray. This is a kind of an iconic corner here. Seen a lot of pictures of this one, especially coming the other direction. The way I'm going this time, south to north, it's the safe way, because you're not on the outer edge on the other portion of this, where you're like right on the edge of the road, and it narrows down pretty seriously. A lot of pictures I've seen of it though have been misrepresented. I think people have messed with them to make it look like a narrower road than it is, and we'll get a little shot of that as we go down here, and you guys decide based on the video which is the case. So anyhow, look at that. Just hope I'm getting it. I can't of course see really what I'm looking at the road, but yeah, there's several feet of snow up here, and on a day like today with the sunshine, man, it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'll stop this one, and I'll start again when I get up top, or if something else stands out. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.